Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in this evening to Tarnation TV's YouTube channel, where we broadcast live from within NASCAR Racing 2003 season. This evening we are at the Primetime Racing League, race number 2 of 3. This is playoff time, which is technically the race 14 in the season, but it's race 2 of the playoffs. 3 playoff races means we're knocking drivers out. Last week we had 16, now we're down to 8. From this 8, only 4 will go to the championship next week. Was it 16 last week? No, 12. It was 12.
I think it was 12.
Yeah. Had 12 chase drivers, knocked them down to 8. Now we're going to knock it down to 4. And of course, out of the 4 next week. Tune in next week. That's the championship race. Only one of those people going to win the championship. But anyway, that other voice you heard was Andrew Miller.
Back again. Going to do this once again. Thank you, Blaine, again for bringing me on board. Like I said, man, always a blast. I'm looking forward to it. And hey, ain't no better way to get into the mood than with some Hardy Boys entrance. I love it.
The great thing about this music, if you've ever watched wrestling, Hardy Boys theme song, I can't remember what it's called now. It's royalty free. There was a guy. Even better. Yeah, there was a guy like a lot of YouTube people will know Kevin McLeod, or Kevin McLeod, and I can't remember his name now.
Yeah, you got it right.
Yeah, would just make, music and put it on his website, and you could download for free, and it's free use. That Hardy Boys music is free use. No copyright claims. It's weird because it's such an iconic song, but they just found a track, and that's the one they come out to, and it's like, okay, that's weird. Like, generic rock song number 3 is the Hardy Boys entrance theme. So there's a few wrestling themes like that are free to use. So if you're looking for music for your broadcast, do a Google search.
I think even that Typo Negative song that you opened to was originally going to be, what you told me was originally going to be Kane's entrance theme. Yeah.
It was originally going to be Kane's entrance theme, and then they switched it to Finger 11, which I thought was so weird, because that Into the Fire is what it's called, that launches this broadcast every week. It would have fit so good with how Kane would come in and the place would blow up in flames, and it would sync up perfectly. Like, I could see it in my head. I want to, what I should do is grab Kane's entrance theme and then just take all the audio off of it and sync that song up with it. But
I think you could pull that off, but
probably
it's funny because now that you use it, I instantly hear that, and in my head I instantly think of Tarnation TV. I hear the one that Kane did end up using, and of course that's instantly what jumps to my mind.
Yeah.
So it's funny how that whole association works. And honestly, I think it works out both ways.
Yeah, I think it's so cool. The Typo Negative's such a great band, and the fact that they were contacted to do that song was pretty wild.
That is cool.
Yeah. But yeah, man, we're running some points. As you see, they do update the points. This is chase mode right now, so we are only going to be watching. Well, who is it? It's Causey, Brian. Kelly Causey, Brian Rawson, Greg Lovell, Greg Palmer, Graham McDonald, Denny Carroll, Brian Lovell, and Alex Moe are the only 8 of those 8 drivers. Only 4 can continue, and Palmer and Moe cannot make it this evening. So that list just got shorter, but they still track statistics. So these points will still be updated every week because they still track that stuff. Very interesting. Lots of numbers, but very cool. Everybody loves some stats. We're getting ready to qualify for this thing tonight. And on a sad note, yesterday, out of nowhere, anybody who's familiar with the NASCAR Racing 2003 community,
to your cars.
David Cannon over at Rolling Thunder Gaming passed away suddenly, and he was only 63, I think.
Yeah.
And the race last night at FRN, I got a thing there for Cannon.
Drivers, to your cars.
It was an amazing pre-show. if you have a chance to check out the Flat Out Racing Network, what Seth and his crew did yesterday was pretty awesome. And a very emotional night. They were talking to, of course, all Dave's friends. And, you know, I interacted with David a couple times. I remember him racing that car on the screen right now. Sullins painted that car for Canon to run in the ALS, one of our ALS races that gets put together every year by Kelly Causey. And we were all commenting on how slick that car was. So it's like, you know, Dave's been around for a long time. Like, they started that league back in 2002, 2003. He's one of the original 3 or 4 people that started Rolling Thunder. So yeah, sorry to hear the news of David passing away. And last night's broadcast at FRM was flawless. I thought the pre-race was amazing.
I saw some of the screenshots of the pre-race tribute that they did, where they just surrounded his car, essentially. That weighed heavy when I saw that. I have Bones, of course, David's nickname. I have Bones to thank, honestly, for getting me to the point that I was able to continue sim racing. I was having internet issues, and it honestly was getting to a point where I wasn't sure if I could race anymore. And he helped me as far as like kind of the know-how of how to fix that. And I pulled it off. And honestly, I don't think that I would be racing or broadcasting and in somewhat indirect way if it wasn't for David Bones Cannon. So once I saw that post, that sucked. And today it's especially hitting. So I'm bumming that I wasn't there for that tribute race. And all I can do now is just say, Godspeed, old friend. Your legacy is going to be weighing very heavy on the NR 2003 community as long as it remains.
Yeah, and I actually contacted Josh Metallic earlier today. So it was Bones, whose car you're looking at there, Cyber Jones, Terry and Tom Bowman are like the core 4 that started Rolling Thunder Gaming. And that core 4, even in the 90s, had like a group that they used to game together. And Josh Metallic was telling me, because I asked him the history of Dave, like I knew Dave had been there a while. I had a feeling that he was one of the top level guys, like the upper echelon of Rolling Thunder. He says, oh yeah, like before it even existed, these guys were all playing games together and doing their thing. And then when NASCAR Racing 2003 season came out, like, hey, we should start a racing league. So they did. And then all the different series we have, like there's the Bare Bones series, there's Talladega Challenge, there's all these different series that they do. And it just evolved into madness, right? Like here we are 22, 23, 24 years later, and this league's still going. So Josh was explaining to me too that there's a big void to fill now at Rolling Thunder because those top level dudes, Sean Prime drove this car yesterday in the race. And if you watch the pre-race, they talked to Prime, and him and Dave were good friends. It's a tough interview, but it was very interesting. And, you know, Sean was apologizing for getting emotional. And it's like, you can't apologize for getting emotional when you had a friend pass away. Like, you know, and for him to get out there and race that car and to see what they did when they got out into practice in the happy hour, he just parked the car in the grass. And then everybody that was in the server drove around him and just kind of sat there like a little memorial. And then they said it was completely organic, because I had to get a hold of Josh to see like how that all came together. That wasn't planned because his passing was so out of nowhere. Like it wasn't a tribute race. It was just like race number, whatever it was, season 65 Talladega Challenge. It's just another Thursday night at Rolling Thunder. So it turned into a tribute race. And then Sean jumped in the car and drove it out there, and everybody kind of drove around him, and it was kind of neat to see. Seth had it set on like a helicopter view, so you could see all the cars looking at the number 3, and it just all sort of happened. I didn't watch the whole race, though. I don't even know where Sean finished. I guess I should have looked that up. But
I got you covered. I'll give that a quick look here.
Yeah, so, again, carry on, David Cannon. It's, there's a big void to fill over there at Rolling Thunder, but, that league's been around a long time, and it will continue to be, so, thinking about all those guys over there. Same deal. When I got back into racing online, I was like, you're punting around in some of the smaller leagues, and they're not very professional, they're not very well organized. They're fun, but it's like, you need some structure. So then you go looking at the big leagues, and I got in with these guys, and they have to take you out on track to make sure you know what you're doing. So, of course, Cannon was there, Prime was there, Metallic, Maluski, like all the guys that are always there. Just took me out on, we were just racing in a practice race. And I'd owned the game since it was released. So, they knew. But, you get some tips and some pointers from these guys, too. Like, hey, try going into your options and changing this and that. And then it just tightens the car up. I'm like, oh, wow, cool. Thanks, guys. Then here you are, racing with Rolling Thunder.
Dave was one of those guys, for sure.
Yeah, they were all very helpful, all those guys.
Yeah, I just pulled up the race. Jeremy Jeffries was the winner.
Cool.
Unfortunately, I don't see that number 3 in the lead pack at the finish. But that's not to say exactly where he finished. Let's see.
Yeah, it was a very neat event last night, and unfortunately, but stuff just sort of happens, and so that's why we've got David's car on the screen tonight, and you'll see the chase drivers in the top right-hand corner there, with 00, the 6, the 8, the 22, the 24, 41, 44, and the 48. Of course, we can omit the 48 and the 22, but...
While I'm not quite positive of exactly where Sean finished David's car, it looks like it's at least going to be like a top dozen.
Oh, cool.
There was a big wreck, it looks like, coming to the end there, and he just checked up to miss it and was able to do so that's good.
Right on.
That's... I mean, hey, you're still racing out there. It's not like you're going to give any special treatment or nothing.
No. Yeah, nobody's...
Even though, admittedly, I feel like I would.
Yeah, I might not have... if I was out there last night with those guys running, it's all about bump drafting at Talladega, but maybe I wouldn't bump draft Sean Prime driving that number 3 too hard. You just be afraid of that internet spike at the last minute, and you're like, yeah... But that's still
you don't want to be the one to wreck the 3.
No.
In a race like that.
And they retired the 3 before Dale Earnhardt Sr., and then you were still able to run the 03, and then Cannon actually ran the 003. So I'm assuming they're probably going to end up retiring all the 3s now.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, there are losses that you feel like. I remember it was a pretty big deal when Robbie Nice's passed.
I didn't even know that.
Ago.
Yeah, Josh mentioned that. I was like, wow, I haven't seen Nice's racing, and I guess he passed away, and so did Wiley Coate.
Yeah, I knew about Wiley. I knew about Robbie was very unexpected because he literally joined. It was what series was it? It was the Barebones series. They were at the Chicago Street Course.
That's a cool one, the Barebones, yeah.
And Robbie popped in, just said, hey guys, I don't think I'm really feeling comfortable enough to run on this road course. And then he passed like 2 days later.
No way.
That messed me up a little bit because it was like, damn, he sounded
like he popped in and said, I'm feeling a little off, guys. And then,
well, he didn't say he felt off like health wise. He said that he just didn't feel the road course, at least from what I remember.
Yeah, maybe
if he said he was feeling off, that would have been even more like, whoa.
I see what you mean. He might not just have been a road course guy. He was, I'll skip the road course this week, boys. And then,
little did I know that was going to be the last time I heard his voice. And I can't even tell you the last time I raced with Dave with Bones, and now I'm really sad that I didn't try to go over there at some point or another any sooner.
Yeah. And like I said, he raced that car in the last two ALS races. Because
I swear they even said that he raced the previous night.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
I thought I heard them say that, and then it was like the next day, and that's how fragile life is. Everyone watching this, live life to the fullest while you can. Goodness.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is getting heavy.
Yeah, I remember they were saying too that his family was actually in the TeamSpeak channel. Seth was saying on the broadcast something like that, how they allowed the family to join in the TeamSpeak or something so they could listen to the chatter of the room.
Oof.
So it was kind of the whole thing just sort of came together the way it came together. And it's cool, like our little community here. And I always describe it as like, here we are hanging out playing NASCAR race in 2003 season in a little corner on the internet. But the community is amazing, That server is full every week. I mean, most of these, like, what do we got in here tonight? We got 32 people connected tonight. Drivers online right now at this minute in this server, 31. And so currently what you're watching here now is happy hour. These guys are just practicing pitting, which means they're getting ready to grid this thing up.
We got 30 seconds here.
Yeah. I should set up my pit lane cameras because they're like the original ones.
You guys out here that I don't think we saw last week.
Yeah, with a couple of the Chase guys. You haven't seen Huntsbury in a while. Yeah, it's too bad with Palmer not being able to get out here and mow as well. But like I said, 4 of them can go. So now there's just the fact of, well, now you don't. The 8 are now down to 6.
Drivers to your cars.
Drivers to your cars. That means we're getting ready to rock. That means I gotta click retire. Thanks everybody for watching the YouTube channel this evening. I was going to say I'm going to wait for the game to crash, and it did. It does this to me I don't know what it is with the truck mod. It only happens with the truck mod.
There are some mods or some tracks that just happens to folks.
It's so weird. I was just going to say, like, oh, the game didn't crash, and then it did.
I can tell you when you fall out here.
All right, cool. Yeah, well, we'll get it rebooted for the parade lap anyway.
And yep, you're out.
Okay. So funny.
I've been there, done that once or twice. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's why I love commentating with you, though. It's just laid back, like we just calling it as we see it and just having fun in the process.
Yeah, man. It's I like how I've got you on my short list of backup broadcasters. It's tough for Rod to make it in here on the Friday nights, and I know I've always got you in my back pocket, man. You're always there. So, and Brian Wolf too. Best. Unfortunately, last Sunday, the power was out. I'm like, where'd Brian go? I was doing the ASR race by myself, and then Ben retired and joined me in the booth, and Jeffrey Elliott got in there, and we just kind of made it happen. But
just having fun with it. I mean, good grief, we spent a good couple of laps talking about Buc-ee's last week.
Yeah, why not, right?
Okay, speaking of Buc-ee's is on pole. Is Kelly Causey on pole, Greg Lovell to the outside, Graham McDonald, Brian Lovell, all 4 of those guys looking to make it to the final 4. Randy Wan, Ken Roberts. Ken is also in the fight as it stands. That is the top 6. You got Eric Lovell. It's a Lovell show out here.
Yep.
Doug Hewlick, Pat McCarsky, and I believe Brian Rawson are at the top 10.
This should be a good one. Yeah, there's a great turnout here, man. People love their Talladega. 'Kay, we should be...
Speaking of Buc-ee's, who's on pole? Is Kelly Causey on pole, Greg Lovell to the outside, Brian Lovell, Ken Roberts. Ken is also in the fight as it stands. You got Eric Lovell. It's a Lovell show out here. Doug Hewlick, Pat McCarsky, and I believe Brian Rawson are at the top 10.
This should be a good one. Yeah, there's a great turnout here, man. People love their Talladega.
7 drivers, it looks like. About to take the green flag here.
Leading the pack on the inside, like you said, Kelly Consi, everybody with the green spoiler, those are your chase drivers. Of those drivers, 4 of them will be going into the final race next week to go for the championship. So it's kind of a race inside a race. We always talk about this. There will be a winner, and then there'll be a championship winner.
Oh, there's already trouble.
The 66 off the track, but that probably won't bring out. We were just going to say we haven't seen Ken Hunsbury in a while, and then we see him sliding through the grass. The green flag will remain up as he was near the back and not in anybody's way when that happened.
I had to mention the 2 guys that we didn't see last week, and now they go around to the first corner.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. That was the commentator's jinx if I've ever seen it.
That's it. Broadcasting jinx. Don't talk about stuff, otherwise it'll happen.
That's the truth.
Did my tickers not work? Rebooting tickers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the whole... to close out of NR when you've already had GNL up and running, it's all a big pain.
Yeah, we got it going. I got hotkeys to reset the tickers, so... That was always part of the list of like, okay, the ticker didn't come back up, now what? Like, well, I need to have it on a hotkey so I can just kind of cycle it and refresh it, turn it off and on again, refreshes it, and now the data is rolling. And we talk about rolling. 2 laps into this thing, and we're trying to go 3 wide. That looks like the 3 truck up there. Heiser. Oh, we're going to blame Gary Heiser. Right behind him, the 67 of Garland Oaks trying to start a 3rd line. And this track, we can do it.
It's a good lane to do it, honestly. I mean,
yeah.
It's like I mentioned last week, most grip up there. Middle lane is a great place to be. The bottom lane, obviously the shortest way around, but it tends to get a little bit tight, a little bit pushy. You see that with the 33 kind of sliding up the track there.
Yeah.
So it's sketchy down there. Oh, it's very sketchy when you got Mikarsky going up and Garland going to the middle.
Just swapping positions, no big deal. Good call by Mikarsky, though. I mean, if you got the run and you got a line coming, you have somewhere to go, you know?
Yeah, but on lap 3 of 76?
Yeah.
This is I'd be a little nervous in the middle of this.
Well, you know what, though? Like last week, what was it? Palmer won the race, Denny Carroll and Alex Moe were your podium. We only had 2 yellows. Out of the 76 laps, only 8 of them were under caution. So, I mean, these guys, you can see how tight these guys are running right now. We're looking at 29, is it 20 or 27? 27 cars, 27 trucks started the race. And there they are right there.
Yeah, the only 2 that out of it were the 2 that got into some trouble. And Billy Elliser has also gotten out of the draft here.
Yeah, the 87 of Donnie Cameron running a Labatt Blue. So that's a Canadian guy. Ken Hunsbury right behind him. And yeah, Billy Elliser rolling around by himself also.
Oh. Sorry, we almost went 4 wide up here.
Yeah, why not, right?
Oof, yeah, Gary Heiser got a little squirrely on the top side.
Kind of keep that camera locked in mid-pack so we can see the whole thing.
Gary kind of running the... I know that David ran the 003, and obviously that's more of a Dale Earnhardt tribute, but...
Yep.
I think with how heavy everyone's hearts are right now, I think anytime you see a 3 out there on the racetrack, you're going to be like, oh yeah, we're going to be rooting for that guy.
Well, even the 338, the 388 of Dan Lovell, he uses the Dale Earnhardt Senior 3 and the Dale Earnhardt Junior 88.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he combined both Earnhardts together in one number. Because Junior ran the 8, but he also ran the 88, right?
Yeah, when he went to Hendrick, it was all 88.
Yeah. The race leader, we should focus up front for a second here. Greg Lovell out front with the 44, Brian Lovell right behind him. Kalikazi was billed second at the line, but now he's back to about fifth. Shows you how quick that can change in less than a lap. Randy Waugh moving up to the top there. Who's driving that purple rig? Oh, that's Eric Lovell.
It's a Lovell party out here. Got 4 of them.
Yep. Big Stone Gap, Virginia probably isn't a very big place, but you know what? Half of them, I think, played NASCAR race in 2003.
Yeah, I got Denny Carroll out here too, and he's part of that clan.
Yep. Somebody posted a little documentary on one of the Facebook pages of Big Stone Gap, Virginia. Little place in the mountains. Some news channel did a little piece on it. The town of Stone Gap.
If we get a break at any point, I'm curious. I'm going to look up like exactly where in Virginia that is.
Yeah, I don't know. Somewhere.
I think I remember like even.
Is that a good answer? Somewhere.
I think I remember even when I was like, I have a friend who lives in Virginia as well, a little bit western side of the state, and I was like, how far is that from Big Stone Gap? I wonder if I can maybe meet up with Greg or something. And
Yeah.
I swear it wasn't anywhere close to there, so I'd have to look again. Here we go, third lane once again.
Oh, are you in Virginia?
No, I have a friend who lives down there. Sometimes I go to see him.
Oh,
Still
cool,
Pennsylvania.
Yeah. That middle
Never
line
lived
sort of fell
outside
apart.
Yeah. Never
Breed
lived
lives-
outside of the confines of Pennsylvania. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I lived in Ontario till I was 12. We moved out west to British Columbia. That's where I met Brad. And then moved back to Ontario again.
That is not a good place for Robert Breedlove to be in right there.
No, that he's just far enough back from Ken Roberts in that middle line that he's going to get left behind.
Yeah,
Look
once
at
you get
that top
swamped
line
like
moving. Holy moly, this camera angle is amazing. That
Oh, you got
top
the spectator.
line, back straightaway spectator cam and this camera pack I use is phenomenal for that bump draft. They just pulled forward about maybe 3-4 truck lengths. They're making a run for the front on that high line, being led by the 67 there, Garland Oaks.
Garland is definitely not afraid to spice it up here. We've seen Pat McCarskey making those moves up there as well. I'm sure if Ulysses Sandoval gets up there as well, right now he's at the back of that line, but I'm sure if he gets up there, he'll be doing the same thing.
You can see that yellow 33 on the bottom line there. We didn't have that car file last week, so we apologize to Tim Anderson. I checked in the file browser, but I was looking the wrong one, so Graham McDonald made sure he straightened us out. We've got that yellow Miller Lite rig rolling with the baby blue hubs. Love it. Lap number 11 about to start right now. The 41 slides to the top, so he can be in front of Waugh, Kazi, and Roberts. Pretty good choice. You can tell when your buddies are coming, when you see the cars slide up.
Oh, yeah.
Trucks.
Randy's done this for a good hot minute. Obviously, any of those big Stone Gap guys, if they're able to find each other, that's going to be a pretty deadly combination.
Yeah.
Oh, man, Kazi's up there. Roberts is up there. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another charge to the front here as long as those guys are able to stay together.
Looking out the back of Graham McDonald. Now coming out of the back straight here, we're going to see
get a little more hooked up here. We haven't said much about Mike Mangialardi yet. He's up here in Pretty decent position. Fourth car in the inside lane. They scored 6th that last time round.
Yeah, Mangialardi, he doesn't make a lot of waves, but he's always there. You know, he's not causing wrecks. He's not, you know, he just picks away. And 41 leading that top line to the front. At least they're trying.
They gained at least like 4 truck lengths so far. I feel like they're going to gain even more here on the back stretch to see if they can draw even with the 44. I think that'd be the next step here.
Wow, yeah.
We got to the 8.
As the laps go by, they slowly kind of pick away at it, you know?
Yep, and that's that middle line that I was told. Oh goodness!
Gracious sakes. The 6 out of line, the 80. Green flag is up. We remain green.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yep, it really flared out the pack back there, though.
I think a few guys are going to be losing the draft here.
Yeah. Because there would have been a lot of checking up right there. There comes that top line again. There's Mangialardi. We were just talking about him. He's going to latch right onto. He's going to have to lift, though. They're coming into the turn. You don't want to shoot into the turn like that. Let's,
I'm going to take a look and see what happened here.
Oh, yeah. Can you give me a timestamp and someone to focus on?
You're going to want to focus on the 80. I'm looking at about 13:48.
Okay. On the 80, 13:48.
Oh.
Coming right up.
00 got bumper hooked.
Helicopter view of the 80. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was the 00, and they just knocked them both out. See, then the 6 went for a ride, too. You know what? That's a fantastic save by Causey, because he was actually headed... He was headed to the lawn on that one, and somehow he prevented that thing. He's on the grass, and the fact that he held that control of that is amazing. Headed into the grass at speed like that and being able to actually keep it straight. That's craziness. He's hooked up now there with Mark Paglia on that 28.
He's going to need a caution, though, here. Get back up there, because now him and Brian Rawson are now out of this lead pack, which means that as they run, they are long gone from any hopes of making the Final Four.
Yeah, so here's the main pack coming here. And we're going to have a bunch of little packs hanging around.
And pit stops within about the next 2-3 laps here.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of little 2-truck packs. There's Eric Lovell. Okay, not as spread out as I thought, I guess. Yeah, it definitely broke the pack up a little bit.
This bid pack is slowly catching the three-horse train here of Ellisor, Cameron, and Huntsbury, and they're actually going to get a 4th truck out of this as Brian Rawson's letting them get to him. Probably making a 4-car pack there, which actually would make it very, very... actually would probably put them on close to even ground with the lead pack as far as speed goes if they're able to link up properly.
We just saw Dixon head to the pits. He's always a couple laps early.
Lets him be a little bit more aggressive coming into the pits, but pitting all by himself. We'll see how that pans out.
It's worked for him a couple times. I've seen him win a couple of races. You know, and his pit strategy will never change. He doesn't like to pit with the main pack, so he always goes in about 2 laps early. So if anybody goes right now,
Oh
there
yeah.
goes Wah. Yep. Just a couple guys.
Yeah,
Bob
just
is
4.
usually way ahead of the main. Yeah, usually way ahead of the main pack.
Got Keith Bynum, Randy Waugh, Danny Carroll, and Pat Karski. It's a good little group there.
Yeah. Bob Dixon back out. Here comes the main pack of Greg Lovell. And we got a new sound pack. So I'm thinking we get in the car here with, want to do a crank it up doing a pit stop?
Well, that'd be interesting.
Let's try that. We'll go in the cockpit with Lovell and watch pits. Crank it up, everybody. All right, then. There you go. Crank it up. Timed that perfect. That would have been horrible if I said, hey, we're going to the pits, and then they didn't pit. So thanks, Greg, for helping us out on that one. But yeah, so he's currently in 8th position right now. There comes the 10 is merging in there. That's Terry Bombard. Oh, the 87 is around, but he's off the racing surface.
Bonnie is not having a fun night.
We've had some trucks doing the old spitorama, but they, off the racing line or with no one behind you, they will not bring out the yellow. So that's the reason for the green flagging it, which is breaking up the pack a little bit, which is interesting because it's going to put everybody on different pit schedules too, right? Because now if you're running 2-3 guys, like we can float around here right now. Like, for instance, who's the leader? They've got the 10 scored as the leader. We are still in a pit cycle too, though. It's 11th, so it just updated it. Yeah.
Yep.
It's
Yeah,
now
just updated.
the
44.
44, yeah. That's what I was thinking. If it wasn't the 10, it was definitely going to change because the pit cycle. 44, Brian Lovell. Green spoiler means he's in the chase. Good spot to be. There's only 4 can make it in, so if you're the first to cross the finish line, well, you're in. Coming up on some lapped traffic. A lot of the lapped traffic, I notice, they got their own little buddy system going here. The 2 cars are not going to be top speed like the main pack will be moving at 200. Those little 2-car packs will be moving probably around 190, so a little bit slower, but, there's a 4-truck pack back there coming.
They might even be able to pick up this main pack, actually. Yeah, I think they're going to slot in nicely.
Yeah, so that's Huntsbury there. That's Oaks there. and they're running 198. So yeah, when you get four, if you can get four people, for instance, these four guys, 67 of Garland Oaks, the 97 of Pat McCarskey, Doug Hulick in the 23, and Bob Dixon in the 43, if they stay in line like that, they can reel in. They're doing the same speed as the main pack, so they're not really sitting ducks when it comes to being lapped. Then we've got Ken Huntsbury, Tim Anderson in the 33, Robert Breedlove there, Mike Mangialardi, and Terry Bombard doing the same thing. Just getting in line, going for a drive. They'll pick up Heiser. See, Heiser's right there all by himself, currently being scored in 10th.
Yeah, he lost touch with his main line, so we're down to only 9 lead lap trucks up here in this pack.
Yeah. Every week is different. I'm surprised the first incident didn't bring out a yellow.
Yeah, but hey, game sees, oh, they're below the yellow line. They're fine. They're out of the way. They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
So with green flag pit stops, I'm guessing somewhere, around 37 to 40, we should see, lap 37 to 40, we should see another pit cycle if we go green.
I'd say so, yeah. Ken Roberts certainly isn't content. Ready to go.
So your leader, Brian Lovell, right behind him, Dan Lovell in the 388, Greg Lovell. Gee, I wonder if they're related. The top three. I would say yes.
Take a wild guess. Yeah, we got 4 of the top 5 are the Big Stone Gap guys.
Yeah. And your podium right now, Brian, Dan, and Greg all share the same last name. Whoa, we got Sweepy going on back there. Who is that? The 6 of Brian Rawson. On my screen, anyway.
Getting out of the way, it looks like.
But yeah, Graham McDonald in 4th. Denny Carroll behind him. Keith Bynum behind him. 40 of Javier Negron. Haven't seen him in a while. That's cool to see Javier back out on the track. Now, Billy Ellisor, is in 23rd. And then Ken Roberts. So the yellow, the mellow yellow number 26 is actually 1 lap down. Donnie Cameron in the 87 has retired due to engine ignition. Yellow flag on the course.
Oh, that's big there. Got yellow. Yep, that's going to be big for a lot of those guys that had fallen out of that lead pack, including guys like Kelly Causey, especially, and Brian Rawson, who... Rawson, yeah, he was a lap down, so...
Well, and looking at the times, too,
Sandoval.
Eric... What happened?
Sandoval also just blew up.
Oh, did he?
They're showing piston failure.
Yes. Okay, let's load up and see what happened here.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's a weird one.
You got it. I'm still looking for it.
Yeah, you're looking for about 25, 30-ish.
Okay. And we're looking for a weird one, you say?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. That did not look like a random.
I don't even see what happened. Is it a crash?
It looks like he downshifted and blew it up.
It's Ulysses. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, the 96. It was not the 87. Although I'll definitely look at that as well. But yeah, I don't want to say that was rage quit, but that looked like a rage quit.
Because he's running top speed.
Yeah,
Oh,
with that
wow.
random engine failure, you'll just suddenly see the smoke start coming out and the engine will go dead.
No, he
That looked
actually
like
blew up.
that looked like he just threw it into neutral or something.
Yeah, he went, because
Again,
I could
I'm
see.
just seeing it. I'm just calling it kind of how I saw it there. I obviously don't want to accuse anything.
Yeah, it's weird. It went into neutral and then the first, and then exploded. So either he made a mistake or he blew it up on purpose. I don't know. But yeah, but doing that on purpose doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I've seen some weird things, I will admit.
Huh.
Shout out to, I think that's Alex Moe in the chat there. Wish he couldn't come out, and
Packerstown,
Benjamin
yeah, that's
Snyder.
him. Yeah, Mo's Packerstown.
See y'all in the chat there. Thank you for coming on by and showing our boy Blaine some love.
Yeah. Thanks, y'all. Benjamin Snyder, Alex Mo, Brad's in there.
And Soiled 1980, whoever that is.
That's me.
Oh.
Yeah. I was born in 1980. So that's my screen name, 1980.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Clever.
Very, very well done, good sir.
Realizing
well
there
done.
now that I forgot to switch that to Tarnation TV. There we go. We'll fix that.
Hey, you posted Let's Go a little bit earlier on, so.
Yeah. To the pits we go under yellow.
We had all of our lead lap guys pit here, it looks like. All these level boys are still going to be pretty much up toward the front. Oh, well, actually, I take that back. 88, where'd you go? Oh, he came back down. Okay.
Two retired cars this evening, Donnie Cameron and Yossi Sandoval. Ignition and piston failure.
Got our top four are all playoff drivers.
And that 66, that New York Yankees truck of Ken Hunsberry. In the wave around position. Trapped between the leaders and the pace car.
Can't quite remember who was officially in the free pass position, so we'll find out who they're going to be sending around here. I think Ken might be opting for the wave around unless he's going to pit this time.
Right.
And then just hope for another quick yellow so that he can get back onto pit sequence.
Yeah, because he right now is not a lap down. He's 10 feet away from being a lap down. But if he pits, he definitely will be. So yeah, it's an interesting call.
There.
He can take the wave around and stay on the lead lap. Hope for a yellow. Get his service if he needs it. Or get his service right now and be a lap down and hope for a yellow and be the lucky dog. So it's like you're hoping for a yellow.
Yeah, pretty much. Looks like our boys getting the free pass are going to be Billy Ellisor and Brian Rosson. That's huge for Brian. Getting him back on the lead lap to try to contend for position in the final four.
Yep. So when the pace truck crosses the start-finish line, you'll see all three of those guys go. The 6, the 26, and the 66. Yep, lights are off, and they'll get the go-ahead, and all three of those guys will remain on the lead lap. The lucky dogs plus Ken in the wave around.
Ooh, Ryan Lovell opted for the outside. Interesting.
Yeah, I saw that. That is interesting. Because we talk about lane choice, and they always have it. The leader can always make lane choice. So, but the switch here,
Yeah, that's he must think that the 41 is going to give him a better push,
yeah,
because on the initial restart, I mean, I keep, like I've said, I hype up the outside lane once they get up to speed, but as you're accelerating, oh, you want that shorter way around, hands
oh
down.
yeah,
So Brian now just has to hope that Graham McDonald doesn't clear him. If he does, then this strategy might not work. If he doesn't, though, then that will actually put Brian in the catbird seat with his teammate behind him. I'm sure Greg could probably find his way up there. So that's the gamble that it looks like Brian's willing to take, at least here just prior to halfway. Actually, about 7 or 8 laps from halfway, but still. So those guys that got the free pass took away around back at the tail of the field. We're coming to lap 32. Let's see how the strategy is going to work out for the 44. And what a shot.
green flag again at lap 32. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like it's working right now, but I have a feeling it might. Oh, Graham tapping the apron just a little bit.
I mean, heck, Randy Waugh got clear. And now the inside's starting to fall apart.
Yeah. Outside rolling. How fast that comes back together. Holy moly. This version of this track, though, it's a rendition of what Talladega Nights used to run, which I believe what came from I believe it was adapted from a BSR, like a burnt screwdriver's track, in combination with the settings they're running in the vehicles. You really can. All 3 lines here are dominant. If you can keep them tight. That's the thing. When you get gaps like that, like between the 931 and the 8, you'll watch from this camera angle here. Both lines are still pretty even. Sometimes coming off that turn 2, though, they're just launch.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah, when you're on that inside lane, the corners are going to be obviously you're going to be pushing up, but it's a shorter way around, so you'll gain that time. But then on the outside, on the straightaways, you'll get the momentum, and you'll get going in a much bigger hurry. So it's almost like if you want to hold position, the bottom's the place to be. If you want to make up ground, you got to go up to the very top, and your neutral, just kind of natural running line is going to be the middle.
Right. And the middle, you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, damn,
wow.
level.
Okay.
Hold on.
A few guys got shuffled there.
Did they hold on to that? That was going to be sketchy.
Yeah, Brian Lovell has led 14 laps tonight.
Oh, yeah, Dan Lovell got a shot in 33. And managed to save it somehow.
This track is no stranger to 3-wheel wide racing. As you can see right there, that top line, even with 3 trucks in it, it's maintaining. If another guy would slide up in front there, that top line being led by the 23 there, Doug Hulick. Couple more trucks up there, man. Like, you need 4 or 5.
Yeah, if Kelly hops up there,
Yeah.
they're going to start steamrolling everybody.
That's what I'm wondering, if somebody in that front pack's going to move up, because there's only 3 guys up there, and they're hanging right there. Kelly has the potential to do it. So could Mangialardi. So could Bynum.
Yeah, just knowing how strong Causey tends to be, and the fact that he's in the most prime position if he wants to hop up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and seeing the amount of ground that we've seen that line make up, it's like you said. I mean, heck, they're even gaining just a smidge on the straightaways, and there's only 3 of them up there. That is incredible.
Yeah. That third line's great on this version of this track. They shouldn't be
they're
there.
Gaining.
You know what I mean? Like, there's only 3 of them, and there's hanging with 2 full lines. 2 full lanes, you know.
And those 2 lanes are dead even. I've been trying to keep an eye on the 21 and the 44 here. Anytime that the 21 gets the edge, the 44 gets it right back, but neither of them have been able to really separate themselves from the other. Yeah. They've just been in a stalemate here.
That 23, that 67, and that 40. I'm surprised nobody else has jumped up there with them. Even the 24 there.
If Paglia gets clear, oh, well, there you go.
Yep. Yeah, McCarthy back there in the 24, or the old 24.
Oh, it's game on now.
Yeah,
Causey up there.
Causey's up there, and it looks like McCarthy's getting in on it too. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Rawson or maybe even McCarthy get up there.
They're going to start charging here, I think. Yeah, if McCarthy could get up there, I think he's a bit too far back.
Oh, Lovell's going for it. Yeah.
It's Eric, I think.
Yeah.
They're already drawing even with Bynum, so. But look what that did to the outside.
Yeah.
Or the middle, I should say.
Mm-hmm. Now, the bottom line seems to be... I mean, they're coming, though. That top line's coming. Oh, wow.
Oh!
Oh, my God. Okay.
That was a blow.
That was
He
some
said,
last...
no, sir. Oh, they're almost 4 wide.
That was some last lap stuff right there.
Yeah. But that's the thing, though. Like once you get, you have to commit to that top side, because once that forms up, if you're in the middle, you're going bye-bye. Oh my goodness!
Oh, gracious me. We'll load that up and get a look at that. The 23 was airborne.
That was one of the biggest blowovers I've ever seen in a long time.
And we were just talking about how great those guys were doing up there. Doug was leading that line all by himself. The 3 of those guys, the 23, the 67, and the 40 of Negron, Oaks, and Hulick were they were the reason that whole third line started. But then there's just that thing looked like it was floating.
That was all just a misaligned bump.
And he got on his roof.
It looks like they got just a little bit out of sorts. Javier bumped Garland into Hulick, and that's what sent Hulick around, because Garland and Doug just weren't lined up. But yeah, that's just trying to go for the bumps. I think the 40's going to get away from that. Oh my gosh, I don't think he got anything involved in that.
That was a great bump. That was a perfect bump from the 40, but like you're saying, in front of that, the 67 was just off of the 23, just a little bit. You can see that bump was fine to the 67, but then forces the 67 to bump the 23, and they weren't lined up. And you're saying that the 40 got through it, eh?
He pretty much did, it looks like. I don't think that he got any big hits out of that. I mean, we definitely saw some other big hits out of that, including Oh yeah, Gary Heiser was in that. Billy
Yeah.
Ellis was in that. Ken Roberts.
Yeah, he didn't really have much contact. Couple little bumps here and there, but on board with Dennis McCarthy in the 024.
It's a pretty good escape from Bob Dixon, even if he does go for a spin.
Check out that view from the 2024. He can see a whole lot of purple track.
Oh, you ain't kidding. Oh my goodness. And then unfortunately he goes for a flip, does McCarthy.
Yeah. Wow. A pretty eventful accident right there. Unfortunate for that third line, because that thing was shaping up to be something. It was something. I mean, we were focused on that for a good probably 6, 7, 8 laps.
So yeah, keep that in mind for the second half of the race, which we've now officially entered into.
There's such a great version of this track. There's so many great versions of Talladega, and they all race very different. It's always very cool to watch because they each have their own characteristic. You know, it's the same track, but that track I file, guys will tweak little numbers, 1% this way, 1% that way, and it makes for completely different racing. That top line here is wild. Like you were pointing out, the fact that 3 trucks were hanging against 2 rows of 15, pretty much. Well, there's not that many people out here, but 2 rows of say 8, full 8 or 9 cars each, and then we got 3 guys up there just sticking with them.
That's incredible.
Side drafting and keeping it up. Billy Ellis right now, focused on him. He's number 26, your race leader. Led the 1 lap.
Lady lap, not lady lap. No one can correct me on that. Be what, 30, 35 to go here, it looks like. I'm going to step out of the booth briefly to use the laboratory. I will be back.
Roger, roger. Randy Waugh now taking over the lead. Focus on him. If you're interested in what is happening at Tarnation TV, where is my schedule button? August 3rd is already gone. Maverick Cup Series is already gone. So I did not update that, apparently. Next week at Maverick, we just did Rockingham. It was a great race. We will be with Maverick again on Tuesday at Indianapolis. And we will be at ASR again this Sunday, which is the 10th. At 7:30 over there, Sunday nights, Talladega. A different version of Talladega. They run the TR version, Tally Rally. Not a 3-groove track. It is a 3-groove track, but you need a lot more than 3 people up top to get that 3rd groove working. Thanks again to Andrew Miller for helping up the broadcast this evening. Primetime Racing League also thanks you for watching the broadcast. So again, trucks with the green spoilers. There'll be 6 of them on track today because 2 guys couldn't make it. Mo and Palmer could not make the race. Of those 8, which is now down to 6, of those 6, only 4 of them will be able to make it into the final running next week. Whichever one of them finishes in front of the rest win the championship. Right now, you can see the 41 Was it the 41, the 24, the 8, and the 44 right there? And then Kelly Causey back there and Ken Roberts. It's anybody's game. This thing, you know, right down to the last lap, you see the craziest things happen. People start running out of fuel. You never know what can happen. Always great racing. Or, you know what? Bump draft gone wrong. Or, you know, you need to be in the top 4 guys. And maybe you're the 5th one. You know, what are you going to do to make that pass? Is he your teammate? Do you just push him? Do you try to get around him and end up, you know, jeopardizing both of you? And, oh man, there's so many different things that can happen. Lights are out on the pace truck, so this time by we will be going green again at the start of lap number 44. Doug Hewlick has retired from that accident. The accident that claimed the 23. They were leading that charge. They were trying to show everybody, hey man, this third line can work. The 3, the 40, and the 67 stuck together like glue for many laps. Turned into a successful run, and then unfortunately, how fast these guys are moving. A little bit of an accordion bump. Was not lined up just right. Up into the air he went, came down on his lid, rolled about 3 or 4 times, and they called it a day. It's a big effect on the aerodynamics, especially when you're coming down on the roof. Sometimes you get lucky, though. I'm surprised that Doug didn't stay out just to see how the truck would perform. Because the game, sometimes the physics model, it'll show damage. But maybe the wind isn't actually reacting to that damage the way that it's being shown. I thought he would definitely take it out for a few laps just to see in the draft if the thing would actually do what he wanted it to do, but he has retired this evening. Randy Waugh brings everybody to the green flag.
I am back as well.
Okay.
Boy, that was not the best of restarts there for 24. How about Terry Bombard up here? Look at this.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been right in the mix there. Where is he? Right behind, yep. The number 10. The Happy Toys. Maximum Overdrive. Sponsored vehicle there. Craftsman truck. Mod. This is CWS 15, right? So Camping World Series 2015 edition. I've got the Gander banners across the top, but, you know, we can change that.
So here we go, 3 wide again. So
yeah, and I'm
field.
Thinking maybe the bottom line wants to get hooked up here, too. I'm focused currently on Bombard. There's a couple guys behind him, but they're not really tight. There's lots of gaps in there. Where that middle line right now, they're staying very consistent.
Middle's looking really, really good with just their formation. And again, no surprise, all the like real big experience. That's not to knock on any of the other guys, it's just that you got guys that have been running for probably a decade, if not more, of primarily super speedway racing, and they've run together that whole time.
Yeah.
I think they know a thing or two of what to do.
Yeah, and the majority of that clump right there, they're all, like you said, Stone Gap. Currently focused on the 24 of Graham McDonald. Currently overall, 6th position with 344 points. Fun fact, he's the only driver that has completed 100% of Season 5's 985 laps headed into this race.
Wow.
Yep.
And they just... Graham McDonald is going to get absolutely swamped.
So as long as he stays on the lead lap to end this race, that will still be 100%. That's pretty crazy lap counts when I run this thing through the stats trackers. after like 13 races or whatever it is 985 laps, and he's actually run every single one of them. He's the only driver out here tonight in this series right now, season 5 of this series of the Friday Night Super Speedway Trucks at Prime Time Racing. The only one to run every single lap.
You said how many laps was it?
985. So now add another 76 onto that.
So up to this point, oh goodness, Gary Heiser. Oh. Gary Heiser had a bit of a moment there. I'm just going to see real quick what transpired. Oh. That was weird. It's like he lost steering or something there. Just bringing it into the pits, so something wrong with 3. And it looks like he's going to voluntarily bring it in.
Oh, yeah, weird. Yeah, he just goes right off the track. He saved it, but yeah, that's strange.
Yeah, the stat that I was going to mention, as far if you've completed every single lap up to this point, that means that he has run up to this race 2,620 miles.
Wow. Yeah, because all you got to do is multiply that by 2.66.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, there was a close second that ran like 98%. I didn't write it down. It's probably one of the levels. That's a pretty good guess.
Oh, inevitably.
But yeah, he's the only one, so somebody missed a lap somewhere. But yeah, he's got all of them. He runs the series, so you might as well, right?
You kind of have to. And he's pushing Ken Roberts now, so if he can get up there with Breedlove and Causey, see what that outside can do. Right now it's the inside where everybody's pretty well formed up.
Yep, Ken Roberts up there on the outside, Graham McDonald, Mark Pagley on the inside, followed by Tim Anderson.
Watch for Pagley if he's able to get up there. He's pretty dangerous once he gets up to the lead.
Like we said before, Tim Anderson was here last week, but we didn't have the truck file. I was looking in the wrong spot, so apologies to Tim, but we can see you bright and early now. Right there in the 13th spot at the line, scored in 13th. It remains the same. Garland Oaks to his right behind him, Javier Negron.
See them still up here.
Pat McCarsky following Javier, and Eric Lovell in the 80 making a lane change down in front of Mangialardi. So the last pit sequence was about lap 43 or so. So I'm guessing around 60 to 63 we'll probably see, if we're green, some more green flag pit stops around 60 to 63.
You should put them
yep.
pretty safely into that being the final stop.
Yep. Tires usually not an issue here. You'll see most pit stops, they just alternate. They take 2. Some guys do full service, but I find it's a pretty common thing that they'll do like left sides, full 2 cans. Next time they'll do right sides, they kind of do that sort of thing. Just take 2 at a time. Not a big tire wear track. Could be if they bumped up the tire wear, but it's Keith Bynum in that 63. He's got a different color vehicle out there. Duck Dynasty car. I keep wanting to say car. Gosh darn it.
I think you can get away with it. Oh.
Yeah. Well, we always said we need that counter down there. Every time he hears me say car, ding.
New drinking
77
game.
times.
Every time Blaine says car instead of truck, take a shot.
Yeah.
I don't know how well that would end, but you know.
You'd be long gone by lap 25. Yeah. Keith Bynum's one of the admins here too with Graham. They run this league. They kind of took this league over from Jeffrey Elliott when he shut down Talladega Nights.
It's pretty much like the rebranded Talladega Nights. A lot of the similar tracks and mods.
Drivers.
Just kind of under, yeah, same driver. Oh, yeah. Denny.
Wow.
Ooh. Pushed up the track there a little bit. Wasn't sure if he was about to get into Keith.
Oh.
Once again, that outer lane is going to be the place to be. That's what gets Robert Breedlove up into the race lead now. Man, all the heavy hitters are up here. Oh, right as I say that.
Wow. Heavy hitters. Yeah, talk about heavy hitters. There's a heavy hit right there.
That was hitting.
Leaning on each other with the doors, the door panels.
Excuse me, sir.
You need to move over and go.
Poor Keith Bynum is all by his lonesome.
Yep. Shuffled out, as they say.
We got 23 drivers in this pack, all on the lead lap. Oh man,
yep.
This is gonna be good.
From the leader to position 23, the gap 1.5 seconds. So that's how fast that is. Speaking of fast, fastest lap this evening, 47.883 seconds. And that is a 199.7 mile per hour lap by Billy Ellison.
Get the draft in just the right place, and you'll get that baby well over 200.
Yeah.
20 laps to go. Here at... Oh, that's a crash.
Let the dog out. Wait, let the dog out anyway. Right when I stand
Tim
up.
Anderson.
Okay, we'll load it up here. We will be under yellow. Field will be frozen. And this next set of pit stops will happen under yellow. And that will, of course, take us to the end of the race.
I think that was just a bad bump from Brian Rawson.
Oh, wow. Tim went for a ride.
So did Dennis McCarthy. Ended up innocent bystander in that one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Lucky escape for Alizor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just a little bit too late on that bump.
Hey, not sure if he checked up there or not for Bob Dixon getting on the apron there. We got 19 laps to go. Ooh, that is right on the number.
Yeah. Mind you, these are yellow laps also.
True.
So we will gain a couple. Oof.
Doggo. We apologize for the fact that the dogs have found their way into the commentary booth here at Tarnation TV. That's okay, they're good doggos.
Can you cover me? I'm gonna put it on the 931 at breed level. I think she needs to go out.
Right on.
Okay, thanks, dude.
Here's the money stop. 19 coming to 18 to go. I agree with the fact that with these caution laps, I think they should be fine. Certainly going to be a little close. A little fuel saver under caution should do the job. We'll see who emerges where Robert comes out. Based on what I just saw there, looks like it will be Advantage Causey, and it will be. A couple guys stayed out there, but once they pit, it'll be Causey, Breedlove, McDonald, Roberts, Randy Waugh. Top 5. We have a few guys that may be topping off maybe toward the back here. We'll see who favors extra fuel versus track position. Knowing how long your run this is, daily track position could be you could be just about anywhere, and you'll be able to find your way to the front at some point.
There we go. I guess that's why we threw the yellow, because the dog needed to take a bathroom break.
Hey, perfect timing.
Yep.
Well, everybody pitted. Kelly Causey did use that number 1 pit stall to his advantage and will be the leader.
Nice.
And I'm with you. I think with a little bit of clutch and a little bit of fuel saving under this caution, I think we should be good to go.
Yeah, because we'll be going. So Causey's already pit, but yeah, under the yellow flag conditions with the speeds, you're kind of getting 2 for 1, right? You're getting 2 laps in and only burning 1 lap worth of gas, give or take. It's an easy rounded off number, but
it's probably pretty close, honestly. As Alison Rodrigo popped in the chat. Not sure how long ago that was, but welcome on in.
Yeah, he races over at Maverick on Tuesdays. Thanks for joining in there, Allison. Maverick Cup Series on Tuesdays. We're going to Indianapolis. I'm sure he'll be there. A lot of people in that league, man. Holy moly. I think they've had over 100 guys participate in the season so far. And we're only in like the 14th race or something. 16th race.
It's like I keep saying, and we mentioned it about this league as well. But, I mean, we had 27 guys start this race.
Yeah.
Bobo's been getting over 20. Obviously, yep. Maverick has been nuts. SMO is still a good place to be. A little smaller car counts, but still, you get some dedicated guys there, usually about 10 to 15. RTG is still getting field sizes like massive. It's awesome to see.
It is. The amount of cars and drivers.
Well, thank you to everyone. League admin and driver and broadcasters, yourself included, Blaine, that keep this game alive and kicking hard, just as hard as, or maybe not quite as hard as it used to, but still pretty darn hard when you get right down to it. That's a good group.
Well, and the thing too being like, it's been around for so long. It should have been gone by now. So I kind of look at it like it's never going to go anywhere. Because if it was going to go somewhere and if it was going to die out completely and everybody stops playing it, it would have happened already. You know,
Yeah.
20 plus years, 22 something years like that. That's a long time. Especially the graphics obviously aren't the greatest, but they're not bad. And, you know, with the community, again, they make them better. Higher resolution textures, you know, different higher resolution track textures and skyboxes and all the reshade things you can put on. And it's just like the game will never look like iRacing or Assetto Corsa, but it doesn't need to because it just feels good and it's just good racing.
It's still, I argue, as it gets pretty darn close to that realism factor.
Yeah, and then in my eyes too, it's one of the best NASCAR games ever made. One of the best NASCAR simulators ever made. Because there's lots of games that are fun, like arcade style, but this thing being based in the simulation, it's flawless. And I always read, like, people dug into the source code of this and they saw like what they were kind of putting in, that they had to release it early, so that they decided not to implement it fully. But like there was going to be like flames and oil spills and all kinds of stuff. Like, you know, if you got in a really hard accident, your car would catch actual fire and spray fluid all over the track. Like they were potentially thinking about doing some things that probably weren't going to work, so then they just pulled the pin on it.
The actual code was there. Oh my gosh.
I've heard like rumors of that. Yeah, like there would be red flag conditions where if the accident was hard enough and crazy enough that they would actually red flag the race for cleanup and stuff like that.
If there's anyone out there that's smart enough to do this, and that code is actually there, I would love to see that completed.
I
see
wonder,
what the finished product would look like. That would be amazing.
Flames and fire and like, you know, doors flying off and stuff.
Could you imagine an online race where red flags are a thing?
Yeah. Kazi got out of that line very quick.
He knows that's the faster line, at least on the in the long term. And once he was clear, he said, "All right, here we go." And yeah, you already see the difference, although there's a big shove there from the bottom.
Yeah, the bottom's strong. You got Graham.
Hey, it's game on now. 15 laps to go.
Yep.
You're good on fuel. Let loose, boys.
And you got Graham McDonald, Randy Waugh. You got the 44, Brian Lovell down there. Danny and Greg right behind him. That's a strong bottom line, too. I mean, everywhere you look out here, it's every one of these guys is unbeatable.
Two guys up there on the top, Bynum and Bombard.
Yeah, see, here we go again with that top line. So there's two trucks up there, but they're not really fading that quick. If some people jump up there with them.
Oh, they will.
Mm-hmm.
They will soon enough. You just know it.
You see all the bumping.
Bottom's actually prevailing so far. Not by much, but
it's a strong bottom
enough.
line. Oh, Graham bails on the bottom line. Says, "Thanks, Randy." And slides up in front of Kelly. Now, is that the right call? I guess we're going to find out.
Randy's got all the levels behind him. Well, 3 of them. I think Eric may have retired.
He did. Eric Lovell retired about 4 laps ago.
Gary Heiser also ouch earlier on.
Yeah. Other retired drivers are Doug Hulick, Leslie Sandoval, and Donnie Cameron.
We are pinching that middle line there. Look at Keith really getting on the door of the 28.
Yep.
Hey, remember, you still got a top 4 for the championship to decide here.
Yes.
And Ken Roberts is only really 1 spot away from that.
Yep, right there it would be what, McDonald, Causey, Lovell, and Lovell. So yeah, there's a couple guys. You know, Brian's in there with Greg, but I mean, it all changes every time. Every time you blink.
Yeah, because Ken's there, and
Yeah,
Denny
so is
Carroll is
Denny.
there
Yeah.
too.
I mean, Ross is not far behind them either. You know, if
Oh
Ross
yeah, that's true.
makes one slide down and makes a couple of passes, you know.
Although now Denny Carroll is actually in a bad spot here. He's the last car on the inside lane with an outside lane that's forming up. Whoa, Greg.
Greg bumps that apron, but you know, again, Denny knows. Just give him a little bit more space, collects the thing, and away we go.
Randy Wass still a little bit of an edge, but outside lane going to get the push. It's a big thing. As long as neither lane gets clear of the other, then it's really game on. But look at Keith really charging up here.
Now
They still got 10 laps to go.
Yeah, that top line led by Keith Bynum, and it was Bombard with them. Now that they've got Mangialardi, Negron, and McCarskey on that train, look at how far they've come. They've gained 3 or 4 rows, and they're right up beside those leaders now. We'll stay
There's
on this.
Nowhere for the middle lane to go.
No. We'll stay on this.
Let's just shoot to the bottom.
Spectator cam here and see any movement coming from top or bottom. They're kind of stalemate coming out of that corner. That's where the movement will happen, coming out of turn 2 onto the back straightaway.
Aguilera bails out of the middle, goes to the bottom along with Rossum.
Yep.
Oh! Doors here for Keith and Breedlove.
Oh, wow. Lots of movement there. Bynum's still up there. Ken, yeah. McDonald went back down to the bottom line. See, now it's a bottom line. That used to be a middle line. So Randy changed the path.
Yep, because that middle lane started to fade, and then the outside faded shortly after, and that bottom lane just said, thank you very much. So now they're going to be a little bit spread out here, and then they'll reform, and then I guarantee you we'll be back to 3 wide here in about 3 laps.
Yep. Yes. You're exactly right.
That's usually how it goes. The momentum forms up, the energy forms up, and then it dies, and then it forms, and then it dies. It's wild.
Yeah, now we are within 10. So any yellow flag that should happen goes into a race back situation. They got to go all the way back to the start-finish line to lock in their position.
We got in the top 4 now as far as championship goes. Championship 4. That would be 44, 8, 41, and 24. Although now it's going to be the 0-0.
Yeah, that's the spot there. Like that area right there, the 0-0 and the 2-4 being next to each other. That's 4th and 5th, the championship cut. So at the line, like if we watch, let me see, if we watch, so Graham is 5th. Causey would have been 7th. Sorry, Carroll. Yeah, so Graham would have got him. It's that close. But now Causey's in front.
And the 21 are not in it.
No.
Top side forming back up again here. Or middle.
Forward.
I just need to say middle from now on.
Oh, no. Oh, what? Wow. Okay. I think we said wow about 7 times right there. That
I thought that was going to be catastrophic.
What was that? That was weird looking. I've never really seen that before. It was a little bit of a shimmy, but it looked almost... And that cost them a lot of speed, man.
It
Now we're
did.
looking at Graham McDonald again in that 4th spot as far as championship contenders here. Like that cut line is right on the 24.
But they're still
1,
trying to win
2,
this thing.
3, and 4. So yeah, Brian Lovell, Greg Lovell, Denny Carroll, and Graham McDonald made the right move. He went up there by himself, but Carroll and Bynum are flanking him now.
Yeah, these top 4 are about to get absolutely swamped.
Yeah.
Although Kazi going for the bottom, that's interesting.
See, but Graham has to make that move because he doesn't want to be part of that for the championship cut line.
Yeah. And
right.
Now Kazi's in a position to maybe try to make something happen with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are only 4 up there now on that outside. Man, I thought that they were going to run away with it, but then Kazi broke away and took the gap on the inside. But now Wazgo, oh my, this is going to be,
wow, they're bumping in the corners, dude.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so Kazi is not in on the cut line for the championship to advance. Like you need to be. Okay, now he's in front. It's right back down to McDonald and Kazi again. I love that these guys paint their spoilers green so we can see this stuff.
That makes it so much easier.
Oh,
although
man.
I'm more worried about just how much movement we're seeing here. I don't know if we're going to make it these next 4 laps.
Yeah, it is. It's getting racy. I mean, anything that happens now, it's probably going to be it.
Oh boy!
If the yellow should come
see
out.
it stack up like that. Oh, like! Oh my gosh! How did Denny hold on to that?
Outside line pushing forward again, pushing Randy Watt to the front.
They
Danny
can't
Carroll.
maintain this. There's just no way.
It feels like a bomb ready to go off here.
Oh, this is a powder keg. It's just going to take one spark. Because they're just so on top of each other. There it is.
There it is, and to the inside. And there
Oh
they go.
my gosh, that's both the levels.
They're going to stay under green. They're down below the line. 1, 2, 3. Where's the 4th one? Now it's Ken Roberts.
Many.
Now it's Ken Roberts. Is he the 4th?
Yellow is out.
Yellow is out. So at the line.
Yeah, this is for the win right here. Watt and Brian. Going to be close.
It is definitely going to be close. It looks like it's going to be Brian for the win. And that locks in Ken. I'll bet you Ken did not expect to be, because he was outside the top 4 or 5. Like he was back there watching. Okay, so we got time now to go back and see what happened there.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I think Brian Rawson got it.
Wait, did he?
Yeah. He scored 7th. Ken 10th.
Oh.
I think the 6th did it.
Is the 6? Oh, he is. Wait a second. Is the 6 not painted green?
No, he's got the green spoiler.
He does? Okay. Well, I can't see this from this camera angle. I'm looking for, trying to find Greg here. There he is. Oh, they were just right on top of each other. We can't even see this because it's so close. Yeah, the 388 there. Oh, back up. Of Dan. Oh, see, then it stacked up again on the outside. Evia Negron, Kelly Kazi. So Kelly Kazi's out of it. Greg's out of it.
Yeah, I just knew with how closely they were bump drafting there and how much movement I was seeing. I just did not feel like they were going to be able to maintain that.
I'm just counting green spoilers here, so let me see.
At least as far as
Are
what
you
caused the
sure?
caution, I think.
Because
Let
it's
me-
level and... Wait, let's get it at the line here. I thought it was 10, because we were looking for the top 4 green spoiler guys.
So from what I'm seeing, it's the 44, 24, 41,
1, 2,
and
3.
the 6.
It is the 6. Oh, yeah, Roberts is
Wow.
up beside him. Yep. Sorry, Brian. I didn't see that.
So Brian Rawson,
Yes.
but after that happened with Causey and Greg, is going to make it to the final 4.
We'll see.
We believe.
We're on lap 76 right now. The race is not over. I don't understand, I can't see anything happening that would change this, but you never know.
I've seen stranger things.
Somebody could have a blackout and the internet goes out and the car, they drop. Yeah, it might have been the camera angle. I couldn't see the spoiler on the 6 or something. I just missed it. Yeah, Roberts is 5th, so just outside that cut for the chase. So it looks like the 6 will be in. The 41 will be in. The 24 and the 44. 44 wins the race, so he's definitely in.
Oh, yeah.
If nobody's literally in front of you, then you're probably fine.
I was watching the incident that caused the yellow there, and all that started with was just a slight little tap
Yep.
to the bumper of the 44 from the 388. 388 got out of the throttle. The 8 wasn't ready for it, and around they went. And then the ensuing checkups, that's just it. You blip the throttle, and you're that close to someone that you see it later.
Yeah, and all the racing these guys do with each other,
There it is, checkered flag.
Yep. We'll go to Brian Lovell.
There's going to be some Coca-Cola in victory lane.
Congratulations to Brian. Now he's got to not get wrecked from...
Oh, my.
That'll buff out. It's fine.
Oh, yeah. I'll get the thing nice and spiffy for next week. Although I don't think there was a FedEx car in this race.
Your winner, the 44, Brian Lovell. But they still track the points and stuff, so those kind of like that secondary winner, but the chase playoffs, I'm assuming
Not to mention, hey, a win's a win.
Yeah. Yeah, to be a playoff contender and also get the win. Just reminding everybody who's boss.
Big Stone Gap guys, they are tough to beat.
Yeah. Especially when they get hooked up on a track like this. They're always going to be teammates no matter where they go. But at Talladega, they are the team to beat because they're so good at the super speedway stuff. I don't want that screen. There we go. We're saving up replays. We'll go to the post-race stuff here shortly.
We're getting words with Brian Lovell, Randy Wan, Graham McDonald then. Also, send a shout out to Javier Negron finishing 5th.
Nice.
Terry Bombard 6th. Ken Huntsberry, after being a lap down at one point, going to finish 9th.
Perfect. That shows, man. Don't quit.
There.
You never know. It's a
Don't
long
quit.
race.
took 30 plus laps to get the first caution and put those guys right back in it. Let me know when you want our first interview in here. Then
Let's do it right now.
right on. We'll get driver the 24 there. Grab him. Here we go.
Okay, get your replay and standing.
Oh, we grabbed you from a team meeting. Mr. McDonald, man, congratulations on the third.
Yeah, that was awfully intense there the last 10, 15 laps.
I was going to say, how tight was the grip on the steering wheel?
Yeah, quite tight.
We were even trying to pay attention to like what's happening, but also those green spoilers. We love that you guys do that for us. It's so easy for us to see who your playoff contenders are, and it right down to that final incident where like, oh, okay, now Brian Rawson and Ken Roberts are in the mix because the levels got caught up in a tussle back there, and the whole thing changed in the last minute.
Yep, I was in 1 second, out the next second, and it was tough.
That was interesting, yeah, to watch you with Kelly, because you made a move up there, like, okay, he wants to get away from Kelly because he wants to be the fourth. And then Kelly's right back next to you again, and both you guys were just kind of around each other for that fourth and fifth position.
Yep.
So yeah, man, next week, the final race. Is there any prize money, any trophies? What's the winner taking home?
Pride, I guess.
Oh, there it is. Perfect.
Bragging rights.
Yeah, that's another what do they call it? Another feather in your cap, right?
Yeah, well, after paying you broadcasters all that money,
Yeah.
Can't afford the trophies anymore.
Yeah, really. Well, we try to put on the good show. My dog had to go out for a bathroom break, so Andrew covered me on that one. But other than that, we did a pretty good job.
Yep.
All right, man. Yeah, if you wanted to take the mic and do your thing, we'll move up the list here.
Well, I just want to say thank you for coming out, everybody, and hope we put on a good show. And hopefully next week we can do better.
Awesome. Yeah, it was a great race, man. Only 4 yellows. There's some high quality racing. And what was it? 27 drivers showed up tonight. That's too bad for Donnie Cameron. He's new. That's a new name. I haven't seen him before.
Yeah, he's fairly new here. There's been a couple fairly new people come in.
Nice. Always cool to see new people, man. But yeah, man, thanks for chatting with us. I know you got to go do your thing because you basically run this deal. So thanks again for having us do the broadcasting for you, and congratulations on the third.
Yeah, thank you, and we'll see you next week.
Awesome. We'll be here.
Okay, bye.
All right. Now we got to talk to Randy Waugh.
There's our boy Randy. Here we go.
Randy Waugh, second place this evening. Corey's probably watching. How was the race, bud?
Oh, man, it was a fantastic race. It was fun.
Mm-hmm. It looked like fun.
Yeah.
You guys couldn't sit still, just changing lanes, going around like, oh, Randy's over here. No, Randy's down there. Now he's in front of this guy. It's like nobody could really sit still, which is really cool to watch.
Yeah, I was trying to stay up front as much as possible, and I saw that second line coming, and Denny was leading it, so I jumped out there, and there at the end, if we'd had one more car, I might have been able to get it, but I want to thank Brian for pushing me earlier, and for Denny helping me out also.
Yeah, a lot of help. And like the Stone Gap crew, they try to stick together, man, and watch you guys do what you do is it's crazy. The team to beat, that's for sure.
Well, Denny and I'm not really part of that crew, but sometimes we work with them.
Yeah, I was going to say, you always seem to be working with them, though.
Well, it's because they're always up front.
Yeah, I guess if that's where you want to be, just follow those guys, right?
Yeah, or be in front of them. I'd rather be in front of them.
That'd be a good spot. Is Corey watching tonight?
He's already in bed, but we'll watch it first thing in the morning.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, you're on there
he
a lot.
Walked in here. Yeah, he came in here before he went to bed, and we were already racing, and I was out front, and he was a little excited. So.
Cool. Yeah, and 24 laps led, so You're definitely on the broadcast tonight. That's for sure.
Yeah, I just wish I hadn't got put out last week. Ken and I led the series all year, and then both of us got put out in the first round, so that really sucked.
Yeah, that's the thing though, man. This so many people show up every week to race, and it's cool to see, that many people, and then you're going to have those incidences where it's like, okay, well, I guess this week wasn't my week. If only 7 people showed up, there'd be a lot more room on the track. But way more boring though.
Yeah, I mean, accidents going to happen. I mean, that's racing. So,
Yeah,
and you just do your best to stay out of it. And I did most of the year, and then the one week I needed to stay out of it, I wasn't able to. But that's just the way it goes, man. It's fun, and we're all out here to win. And it takes work and partnerships.
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, it's good. So next week, I mean, are you gonna be able to make it next week?
Yeah, I'll be here next week.
Yeah, you're not part of the chase, but still going for points because Graham, I know they track the point. They continue to track points even though we're in a playoff situation with chase drivers. They still track points.
Yeah, I'm playing the spoiler now. I want to win them all and beat all the chase drivers. I wish them all luck, but I want to beat them because I'm not in it.
Right. That day you want to get you got to get the interview at the end of the day, right?
Oh yeah, for Corey, he really likes to listen to the interviews.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta love hearing the voice, right?
Oh yeah, anytime he hears his name, boy, he just gets real excited.
That's awesome, dude. Well, yeah, I guess we'll. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah. Hey, everyone wants to hear your voice. That's just a fact.
Well, you keep getting.
Probably want to hear my
finishes.
accent anyway.
Well, we'll give you the microphone to do what you got to do there, Randy, and then we'll move up to Brian.
Okay, I want to give out prayers and condolences to the Lowell family for losing their dad, and to RTG
man.
folks, and to Dave's family. That's really sad, and we do this and we love doing it, but when you lose somebody, it hits your heart, and it's sometimes hard to race. But anyway, I'll shout out to my sons Christian and Corey, my grandsons Adrian, Asher, and Asa, and another shout out to my nephew who's 35, 36. He's got prostate cancer and not looking good for him, but I'm praying that he beats this thing and more, and God stays with him. Thank you guys for putting this on. Andrew and Blaine, y'all do a great job. I love going back and watching it. And I'm just I wish I'd won that, but congratulations to Brian. He ran a great race and pulled it out at the end.
Yeah, man, great run tonight, and yeah, we'll be looking forward to seeing you next week. It should be a good one.
Thank you. I look forward to being there.
Thanks, Randy. Have a good night, bud.
All right, let's go get them, Corey. We almost got one.
Yeah, I remember just seeing in the YouTube chat there that Benjamin said Godspeed Eugene Lovell and David Cannon. So Eugene passed away also.
Yeah, I had heard about that one. That was rough. So honestly, seeing one of the levels get it, that's pretty sweet. Speaking of which, let's go get him.
I got him. Brian, you there, bud?
Yeah, buddy. How's it going, guys?
Oh, not bad, man. Sorry to hear about Eugene. I guess Benjamin posted in the YouTube chat. Passed away.
Yeah, we buried him today.
Wow.
We're just trying to celebrate his life, and we know he's gonna, he's getting a new body, man. He's gonna be with the Lord. And
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I know to say. It's been tough, and I want to dedicate this win to him. My dad meant the world to me, and You know, we lost her mom to cancer and her dad to cancer, and it just sucked so bad. I wish they would just find a cure for this stuff, man, and get it over with. You know.
Yeah, with all the infinite technologies that we have, it's odd that we don't figure that one out. But
yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't. But anyway, I mean, the race was interesting, wasn't it?
We were saying there was a lot of movement out there tonight that did not result in the big one. A couple times we saw, guys are changing lanes. It's like, oh, that's a little close, and a couple little squirrely drifts and stuff. But everybody seemed to. We had 4 yellow flags, but there could have been so many more, man. You guys are driving out there like you own the joint. It was great to watch.
Yeah, there were quite a few bumper grabs, almost caused major wrecks, but we held on to it. It was fun. I just hated seeing the guys getting wrecked. I hate for anybody to get tore up in the race. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially early. There was a couple guys early, like Donnie Cameron, Ulysses Sandoval lost a motor. Doug went for a ride, which was a shame because Doug they were really working that high line, and then he just got caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. But that's Talladega, I guess.
Yeah, Keith got pretty much took out, and there was a few of them.
Yeah, as always in Talladega fashion, near the end of the race, the whole thing changes in your rearview mirror, fortunately enough. But Greg got caught in it, and was it Danny? Yeah. Dan and Greg got caught in that, and they were on that chase line. So then it ended up being Brian Rawson ends up getting in at the last second. You know, like that whole thing changed. Yeah, he was in front of Ken.
Me, Grant, and Brian, and let's see who else. Would it be Denny?
Denny, yeah.
Denny, yeah.
Yeah, you, Graham, Denny, and Brian was in front of Ken. We thought it was Ken. I was calling it Ken, but I just missed it. And
we had
Andrew
speed.
smarted me up pretty quick.
Yeah, we had speed on the bottom, and that bumper grab coming off too. With my cousin and my brother there, that you know, when you run close and you're trying to keep a tight formation and keeping that draft speed up, any little tiny mistake, if you're too close, it just takes you out.
Yeah.
I try to give a little bit of room, you know.
Sometimes you guys were slapping the apron too. I saw Greg catch the apron a couple times, but same thing.
Yeah.
It upsets the car, but you guys see that happen and you guys give space. I mean, it's the great thing about racing with guys who are familiar with this track. That's a mistake, but you just let them get a hold of it and away you go.
Yeah, I'm glad to see Andrew Miller in here with you. How's it going, Andrew?
Hey, what up, man? Yeah, anytime I get the opportunity to commentate with Blaine, it's always a good time. But I'm definitely hoping to try to find a way to get out on the track with you guys at some point. That's been tough to find the time to do that, but eventually.
Yeah, I've not talked to you in a little while. It's been 2 or 3 years, maybe, somewhere around there.
Yeah, possible. I definitely hoping if these guys do anything for or anybody does anything special for David Cannon, I'm definitely going to be there. I'm going to make it a point.
But last night they ran a race over at RTG, and it was pretty much dedicated to him. But I think they'll have another one. I'm not really for sure. I hope they do. You know what I mean?
Look, I think I just saw. Yeah, I think they just posted saying to stay tuned that they'll be announcing something here soon about that.
I want to see a David Cannon memorial. You know what I mean? Race.
Yeah,
I think that's probably what it'll be.
See. Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, I think yesterday's race over there it became a tribute, but it wasn't the official one. So I'm sure they'll set up a special event and get it done the right way too. You know, at least a little bit more planning behind it or something. But
Yeah, I thought the world of David, and I mean, never had any bad words with the man. He's helped you, reach out to you. Just he was an all around good person, really like everybody should be. And I and I pray and I wish that people would open their hearts up more, and be kind to one another, and because truly this lifetime, look, man, I'm almost 52. Life is short, believe me. 30 years from now, you'll be looking, what in the world happened to 30 years? It goes by so fast,
It's old.
Yeah, man, that's true. Just live it the best way you can, and hopefully
enjoy life every chance you get. Try to stay positive. Keep negativity away. That's the number one thing, is keeping that negativity out of your life. And if you do that, you'll be good.
Right
yeah.
on. Hey, hard to be negative when you're winning at Talladega.
Yeah, I know, that tickled me, man. Last season, I won the last race and the championship. So this season, I'm going to try to do it again. The last race next week, I'm going to try my best to win that race. I don't know how to go, but and then tomorrow night, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, to win next week too. Like you just need to be in front of the other chase drivers to win the championship, but you don't care. You just want to win the race.
Yeah, I want to be up front and then just win it and win the championship. I mean, I did it last season and I didn't have a win all season, and my brother helped me. He got knocked out, so he helped me, and he really did and pushed me to that win. My brother Greg, so I had to thank him for that.
Yeah, man, it's great watching you guys work together. And sometimes it's predictable, but sometimes it's not, which is cool. I like it.
Yeah, sometimes you can't. You have to be patient because you can't be in the same line. You get separated, and the best thing to do is just stay in line, and that opportunity will come where you can get down with your teammates and work in any line you want to, as long as you have patience. You can't go flying up to the front, act like you're gonna lead every lap. That don't really work,
No.
I mean, I've won championships and never won a race. So you don't have to win a race to win a championship. You just gotta stay out of all the wrecks and just get good, average finishes.
Consistency.
Yeah, I won Friday night and Saturday night championship just by being consistent, which I think I won Friday night twice or Saturday night over here twice. I can't remember, but it was just being consistent. And like on Saturday, I would love to see Graham take and put 2 different Daytona tracks in and run it like he's running it now. That would be pretty cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. And I mean, I like the way he's got the 2 race deal going on now. I like that, but I would like for it to be like Talladega on Friday and maybe Daytona on Saturday, but 2 different tracks. That'd be so cool, man.
Is Daytona the other go-to, or would you guys ever switch to like a fictional or something? Like, would you like to see some random custom track? Like,
yeah, maybe something a little bit wide, like a wider Daytona.
Yeah,
maybe, so you can run 3 wide without fighting, sweating pretty much. When you get done, your shoulders are hurting right in the middle or aching. That's too tight a race, ain't it? And if you get 4 wide at Daytona like tomorrow night, man, you got to really, it's like slicing bread. Yeah, a wreck can happen within a tenth of a second.
It's funny, and no matter how many times you've run it, it's always gonna just make you sore from grabbing that wheel too hard. It never gets any easier.
Oh, I was behind Randy Wather. We had about 10 to go, and I was moving that wheel, and I can feel it right in the front of my shoulders. I was like, yeah, I'm tensing up here. I need to kind of calm down. And I finally did with about 4 to go. It took me 6 laps to calm down.
Wow.
But I finally did, yeah. I finally relaxed.
Yeah, you gotta relax so you don't cramp up.
Yeah, but I had to thank Garland again, or Graham again, for pushing me. He helped me there. I thanked him like 3 or 4 times, but I'm going to thank him again anyway. And I appreciate everything he does, and Keith, and the admins at PRL, and what you guys do, man. I really appreciate it. Just your stats and stuff. Y'all do great, man. Just
Thank you,
keep
man.
up the good work, and the donations will be coming in for PRL, and we'll have broadcast you guys and stuff. So just hang in there, man. You guys are gonna be around for a good while.
Thanks, man.
Believe. Yeah.
We hope to be.
Yeah, Top Dragster and Flat, all these other ones, man. Y'all were right up there with them. You know what I mean? You're growing. You're doing good attitudes. It was kind of different at first, but it's
evolves.
it's just it evolves. It does. It evolves and it gets better, and it has for y'all. I see that.
Oh, thanks, man.
You have different
appreciate
guests. Yeah, you have different guests sometimes that come on with you, and I like that. It's cool.
Yeah, that's great, man. Thank you for the kind words. That's awesome.
Yeah, you guys keep up the good work, man, and we appreciate everything y'all do.
Yeah,
They're
thanks,
planning
Brian.
on it.
Oops, sorry. Go ahead, Andrew.
No, I just said plan on it. I appreciate the kind words though, and hey, well, we keep Top Dragster going. I'm just always happy to jump over onto Tarnation because you did some awesome work, Blaine. Seriously.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try to keep it shiny.
The cars are looking good on the track, man. The tracks are looking good. On my end, they are. I'm sure Andrew, when he watches it on YouTube, whatever, the cars look good. I wish that little net lag I wish there was some kind of patch or something they could make to fix that. But maybe they will. I don't know. It's an old game. Maybe one day they'll come up with something.
Yeah, they've done everything else to it, so that one would not be out of the cards.
It'd be worth trying, wouldn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. But I ain't smart enough to do that, so I don't.
I just like playing it. Let the other guys mess around with the technical stuff.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of my family into this game. You see the ones racing, Danny, Greg, and all of them. I got them all into it.
Oh, no way. Yeah, it's awesome. My brothers used to play too, but that was back when it was brand new. They're way out of it now.
Yeah,
they see this and they're like, man, you still play that? That's awesome. Of course I do. I never stop.
Yeah, I was already playing PC racing games like in '96 around there.
Yeah.
I had old Thrustmaster wheel, but when 2003 season come out, it blew my mind. And I told my brother Greg about it for about a year or so. And at the time, my father-in-law bought a disc, and he never did use it. You know how much they were when they first come out. They were pretty expensive. And I ended up buying it off of him and sending it up here to Greg.
Wow. Yeah, because I still have the CD, the manual, all that stuff. The wheels. Never get rid of any of it.
Lord, Greg's got that first wheel I ever used up there at his house, old Thrustmaster. It had a big wheel and it was real skinny, and the motor in it had a little rubber band on it. That's what run it. But it was
Wow.
a Thrustmaster wheel.
Probably still works.
I can't remember the name of it, but it was from the 90s, like probably made in 95, 6, 7, way before the Momo.
Yeah.
The first Momo. So it was I bought it at Best Buy. It was one of the first sim racing wheels that was actually pretty decent. The other ones were small and stuff. But Greg still got it. Now that thing's old, man. That thing's 30 years old.
Yeah, I love it. I don't get rid of any of my old stuff. I just keep all of it. Open a museum one day.
Yeah, you never know, man. That stuff could be worth some money on down the road.
Yep.
But you guys, my feet are killing me. I've been on my feet all day. We had a closed family funeral. We kept it simple, and it, I had tears of joy because my dad ain't suffering no more.
That's a good, that's a good way of looking at it. Actually, that's pretty good.
And I know we have there's a higher power. I know they are. And Dad, he grew up going to church and all that, and loved the Lord, and we know where he's at. You got to celebrate it, and even in the Bible you can read it. You celebrate death if you know someone's done the right thing and has been kind, good to people. And it's hard though. You're gonna cry a little bit and stuff, but our oldest brother Randy, he kept me and my brother James and Greg pretty much together. Yeah, you got lost your parents.
No.
It's tough.
Yeah,
and we
it's
lost
gonna
our
be.
we lost our mother to brain cancer and our dad to cancer too. So
wow.
I don't know what we have to look forward to later in life. Maybe they'll come out with a vaccination that'll just kill it, so it can't come out of dormancy. Because it's just dormant. We're born with it. Maybe they can find something that just gets it out of us altogether.
Yeah, all of the infinite, like I said too, like all of the infinite technology, there's got to be a way to do it. They just got to stop spending money on space shuttles and stuff.
Well, they can take light now, and they put the dye in there. They can see the cancer cells are blue, and then your cell that the cancer attacks, you can slowly see that cancer cell start disappearing, and it dies.
Oh.
And it's light.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, is that is that something they were trying with your father, or is that like a new thing?
It's a new thing. They put Dad on a chemo treatment. He had radiation for his lymph node in his right lung, and that calcified, so it was okay. Well, then they found the cancer spots on his liver and a little tiny spot on his brain. Well, they gave him the first chemo treatment, and it damaged his liver. It was messing him up. Well, he had to start taking radiation again for that spot on his brain and a new chemo. And then all of a sudden, it just all hit him at once. He stopped walking, and they put him in the hospital last Friday, and they gave him a week. And he lasted 2 days. Me and my brother was there Sunday, and on 4 o'clock Tuesday morning he passed. So, yeah, it was, and he, 84-year-old, worked in the mines, he worked
No
he
way.
worked in the Wilcox mine, which was only like 22-inch high seam.
What?
And it's yeah, for U.S. Steel right
Oh,
over
wow.
there in Kentucky. They call it Wilcox mining, and the seam is 22 inches. But now it can't be no lower than 42 inches. That's the
Jeez.
law. But back then, they couldn't roof boat the top. They had set timbers, and they left blocks of coal in there, like 30 by 50 foot blocks, and it's like a checkerboard underground. You got your highways, and then your cross cut highways. Then you
That's
have
such a
your
crazy job. I couldn't even imagine.
over at Portal 31, right over here in Kentucky. They actually take you back in the mines on a man trip, and they tell you about how it's done and all that. Man, it lasts like an hour and a half. It's amazing, man. And I worked underground for like, I think 6 years, a little over 6 years, and that's about what my dad had. And he ended up black lung stuff. I've got it too. You 6 months underground, you get rock dust, silica, black lung. And then we grew up in Appalachia, in the town of Appalachia. The people call this the Appalachian Mountains.
Right.
Us, it's the Appalachian Mountains. Like throwing an apple at you.
What? Oh, I see.
Appalachia. Yeah, we call it Appalachia.
Is that like the proper pronunciation, or that's just the local fun way to say it?
That's the proper pronunciation is Appalachia.
Oh, wow. Okay. Jeez.
And a lot of people call it the Appalachian Mountains, but it's really the Appalachian Mountains is what the old name. They changed it. I don't know if people farther up north and like New York and stuff, because the Appalachian Mountains are up there too. I don't know if they started calling it because I don't know if they couldn't pronounce it or what, but over time it's turned to the Appalachian Mountains. But I grew up in a town called Appalachia. If you say Appalachian Mountain, this was Appalachia I lived in. We had the best single A high school football team in the state. Tom Turner run it. The Appalachia Bulldogs won the states a bunch of times. I mean, it was just tough coal mining boys. Their daddies coal miners and just tough.
Just built different.
Oh, and the football field was a mud hole all the way down the middle of it. They tore it all pieces. It was crazy back in the day.
That's wild.
But now they tore the old high school down. They combined, like they've been combining schools in states all over the place. Especially up here in Virginia. They've combined schools.
Yeah, that's the thing they're doing here. They'll make us tear all the old schools down and make one gigantic super school.
Yeah, and I tell you, it's changed so much. They have to have the law there and everything now. It's just crazy. We never had none of that when I was a kid. Shit. Somebody walked up there with a gun, they got knocked in the head with something. We thought we'd pick up something, knock them in the head,
Yeah. It's like nobody's messing with you guys. Like you said, you're all born from these old mining guys.
Yeah, tough old fellers, buddy, and they had common sense. That's the core of it all. It's common sense, man. If you don't have common sense, you're lacking big time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Common sense can save your life and get you out of some tough situations, man. Instead of sitting there thinking about it hard, just do the most common thing, and it'll get you out of a bad situation. I've learned that from experience.
Yeah, it's like a sixth sense. I like to think I got that too. You could just sense something and then just figure it out and get it done.
Then you get a gut feeling about something, go with it. Don't just, if you're driving down the road and you get a gut feeling, just pull over. Because if you keep driving, something's going to happen. You know what I mean? Just, if you guys ever get a gut feeling, and you're driving down the road and you just get a gut feeling something bad's going to happen, pull over, please. Because it might save your life.
Yeah, like a premonition. I drive a lot too, and people say that when they drive because I'm always driving. How did you know that was going to happen? I'm like, I do a lot of driving. I can predict the future when it comes to that stuff.
Well,
You just have a weird feeling about
yeah.
something, or an intersection, you can't really see it all that well. Like, oh, there's no stop sign there. I'm like, yeah, but I'm still going to slow down.
Blow right through it.
Yeah, because I don't have to stop, but somebody coming the other way has to stop. And sometimes you just have that feeling. It's that sixth sense.
Oh, me and Greg were in Bristol over near the racetrack, and we were under Interstate 81, going to take a left to come back and go southbound. Well, a guy was coming towards us to the red light in the far right-hand lane, doing like 50 mile an hour in a Lexus pearl white SUV, and about hit us, and I was in the passenger side, and I thought we were dead. And he ran off the road and run through them big old rock that they put in the ditches. Oh, it was crazy. No, but it didn't tear his car up. So, but I thought I was dead. And it wasn't our fault. That guy was doing 200 mile an hour.
No, but wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah. But hey, fellas, they up here doing this review, and I think I'm going to hop up here and see what's going on.
Oh, okay, perfect. Well, it's good talking to you, man. Congratulations on the win. We'll see you here next week, and hopefully you win it in style and just take the whole thing, and sorry for your loss.
I appreciate that, and I hope I do next week. And like I said, tonight I'm dedicate this race to my dad. I love you, Dad. And I know where you are. And it's just, I don't have words for it, man. But I appreciate you guys. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Brian.
All right.
Thank you, man.
Have a good night.
Have a good night. Thank you. Your winner, Brian Lavelle, the number 44. Like you said, man, next week, you don't need to finish in front of the other 4 chase contenders. Just win the whole race.
Pretty much guarantees you finish ahead of them.
That'll make our job easy. Just win the race. So who won the race? That guy. Who won the championship? That guy. Done deal. But we don't know that yet. We have to wait until next Friday. Do you have any words before we bail?
Just Godspeed to Bones, David Cannon, and it is cool to see Brian Lower get the win after losing his dad there. So
Yeah.
That's always a good feeling when you're able to pay tribute like that. So congrats to Brian. Best of luck to all 4 of the championship contenders next week if I am not in the booth. May or may not, we'll see. But thank you as always, Blaine, for having me on board. Always fun calling this thing.
Yeah, man.
Looking forward to when we can do it again.
Yeah, if you're able to do it, let's do it. I forgot to put up that one screen. What's that say? Brian Rawson started 30th last week in the race 1 of 3, the playoffs, and finished 4th. Oh, I forgot that screen. I didn't hit that screen. Yeah, so Rawson last week qualified 30th and ended up in 4th. And then this week, last minute, locks himself into a championship run next week. So that should be super, super cool. Make sure you join us next Friday for the finale of Season 5 here in the Friday Night Super Speedway Trucks at the Prime Time Racing League here inside NASCAR Racing 2003 season. Thank you, everybody, for watching and interacting on YouTube. And thank you to the entire community, of course, for doing what you do to keep this thing rolling. All the drivers, of course, the viewers, the drivers, the hosts. Mr. Miller, thank you very much. And that's it. Thanks for watching. If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Keep your stick on the ice.